Nigga acts about me, nigga acts about me, nigga acts about me, nigga acts.
What's up, y'all? This is Let's Be Conscious, and I'm back with another video. So for this video's topic, I want to get into something a little deep, and I'm talking to strictly the black community. Like, no shade to any other communities. If you are of a different race and you watch my videos, I appreciate the views. However, the actions and the behaviors that my community exhibits directly affect me on an emotional level. So when I talk on an emotional level, I'm talking to my community. If you can relate, that's fine, but I can't speak on any other community and how they grew up. I can only speak on my community. Let's get into it. Alright, so I really don't like speaking on children too much, especially specific children. But for the sake of this topic, I want to bring up a young man, and he has parents that are in the social media. His father is a rapper, and his mother, I'm not sure if she, no shade to her, like, I'm just not familiar with her platform. I know who she is, but I'm not familiar with her platform or anything that she's engaged in. But I am aware they have a child together, and I'm talking about Jada and Lil Baby. They have a 6-year-old son, and for a while I've been seeing different polls here and there, and I've been wanting to touch on it. I just saw one this past week where the black community was slapping a label on them. Social media has connected everybody, and social media has also convinced me that as different as we are, we're all the same. We all are different viewpoints on the same thing. We all are different lenses of the same entity. And I would go so far as to say we all live the same damn life. Like, the memes we share, how is it that everybody had the same mother, can relate to the same shit, blase, blase. With that being said, most of us have grew up around peers and grew up around one little boy. Y'all knew that one little boy that was very feminine with his mannerisms. And everybody knew, or everybody said in the community, slapped the label on him. Slapped the sexuality, no matter how old this little boy was, slapped the sexuality on this little boy and labeled him gay. I want the black community, I want us to really unpack that. Now, you can be feminine and not be gay, but a little bit of flair and a little bit of feminism is most likely a direct correlation to, your sexuality, or it's a direct characteristic, I should say, to your sexuality, how you carry yourself. Like me, you look at me, how I carry myself, how I talk, how I dress, you gonna automatically guess my sexuality off the bat. But to put that label on a child, and especially a young black boy, I'm kind of hard in my content on the black man, and I'm hard on y'all because I want y'all to do better. When you have a black boy that's coming up and he's not living up to other people's standards of manhood, listen to what I say, like, a boy is not living up to other people's standards of manhood, y'all, we slap a sexuality on him as a community. Just like that video I posted about, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Just like that video I posted about the guy who felt uncomfortable showing PDA in front of his son because he was in a gay relationship, and I broke down how it was rooted in protection and rooted in fear. He knows what it feels like to be that little boy. And that little boy, Lil Baby and Jada's son, he's going to grow up and he's going to Google himself possibly, or he's going to be on the internet and he's going to find out the things that adults his community have said about him from an early age. And that's fucked up. And for a child, like, say if he becomes aware and, you know, or a little bit insecure in those teenage years, something that we all go through, and he looks into himself and he's like, damn, like, I don't know who I am, I'm not comfortable in my own skin, and he Googles and sees like, damn, like, well, when I was 3, 4, 5, 6, my community called me gay, maybe that's what it is. But that's not even what he is. In our community, black men have it way harder when it comes to coming out than black women. And I want to know why that is too. I can't get everybody's opinion, and black people, we can't really come together on nothing. So I'm not going to get a general census, but I've always wondered why it's easier for us. It's hard, but it's still easier. Is it the root sexual act? Is it because we live in a patriarchy? So it's like everything is set on male taste. So men don't like it. It's not, it disgusts most men. Masculine men, the you know, the hard up men, they not down with that. Is it the act of is it the act of penetration? Is it just the sexual act that shows a sign of weakness? So they look at gay men like, okay, well, if you are being penetrated, you're penetrable and you're weak. And if that's the case, then how are they looking at women? Well, you know what? I can't really say that, because physically, I can't cat. Men have more skeletal mass, more muscle mass. They're physically stronger. But I guess it's more so like on a dominant spiritual level. If we're connecting and you're having sex and you're being the receiver, you're just seen as weak. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. And no offense to anybody in the trans community, but I feel like some trans people, especially trans men, especially men that are transitioning into women, they have felt like they wouldn't be accepted being a gay man. So they had to change everything about them to be accepted and feel like they fit into society, because they didn't fit. And that comes from, they probably were feminine at a young age. When they say they always felt like a woman, it's because the peers and the older men and the older people around them have been telling them since for as long as they can remember, oh, he's sweet, oh, he feminine, oh, he gonna be gay, he gonna be this, which they already felt that. They didn't say that in a tone where it was celebratory. They didn't say that and kids pick up on energy, so they felt that energy, they felt that disdain, especially, you know, a little boy, like, and then black boys, they grow up with so much pressure and they don't even have shoes to step into. And that's why I'm another reason why I'm hard on y'all, because y'all not leaving an example for these little black boys to step into. They have no example of manhood. At least at the end of the day, black women, we have examples of black leadership. It's in us. It's been passed down on a spiritual level. Black men have not passed down anything on a spiritual level in their DNA but mass incarceration, but and deadbeat fathers, but blaming everybody else for their problems, but not taking intellectual matters and taking science and books and knowledge serious. And now with this Diddy shit, black men are going to be the face of sexual deviancy. It's going to be a lot of black men that's going to fall behind him. And he was a very successful black man, and they said that gay label goes right along with a depravity label. Now, I'm not even going to cap. I do feel like when I watch clips of him, he does fit in the category of little boy that I was speaking of. But as far as the black community goes, We got to give him a chance to grow out of it. He seems like a sweet little boy. He's articulate. Don't put a kid in a box before they get a chance to grow out of it. We really got to stop doing that. And even if he doesn't grow out of it, that's okay, even if that is who he is. But when you're speaking that onto somebody, and it's so crazy, it's straight people speaking that on this child, but straight people always want to cry and whine about gay people sexualizing children. But let a child be, let a little boy be a little bit, not as hard up as what you think a little boy should be. Oh, he's gay, or he's gonna be gay, or let a little girl be too hard up or something. Oh, she's gonna be gay. But you don't get that much. It's not said as much, but it's still there. It's still the same sentiment. I realized a long time ago the same things that we complain about as a community is the same things that we unconsciously perpetuate. And we really have to stop. We really have to dig deep. And not saying other communities are perfect and other races are perfect, but the way we relate to our children in a black community, we gotta do better. Let's be safe. Let's be conscious. Let's do better. I'm out. Peace.
Nigga, X about me, nigga, X about me, nigga, X about me, nigga, X.